If you're a victim of a covert narcissist, or you've once been a victim of a covert narcissist, you will hardly trust anyone. You will hardly trust anyone. In fact, your trust issues will be 100, because dealing with a covert narcissist is one of the most craziest thing ever. I'll call them the worst narcissist. Yes, covert narcissists are the worst narcissists. If you're just new here, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you like my video, okay? And then if you have anything to share about your experience with a covert narcissist, feel free and comment underneath. At least we can learn from each other. So before I tell you all my experience with a covert narcissist, like 100% covert narcissist, here is what I want to advise those victims of narcissists. Make sure you keep going the no contact. At some point, they're going to keep calling because they're crazy. They can't be alone for a long time. They need supply. They always want a new supply. And if they cannot have that new supply, they will run back to their old supply. So just let them know that you can be a supply. You're not crazy. They'll make you think that you're crazy, but you're not crazy. They're the crazy one, and then they project their insecurities towards you. So listen attentively. Before I tell you all about my experience with a covert narcissist, one thing about a narcissist is this. If I want to define a narcissist, they're not people that only care about themselves. They are people that are empty inside, okay? They have no genuine love to give to anyone. The love they give is always for reason best known to them. They're giving you that love because they feel abandoned inside of them. Nothing is going on in their life because of the way they behave towards people. Friends and families don't like associating with them, and because the fact that they feel that the world should revolve around them, and they always play the victim. That is one thing. They are very, very sad creatures. They are sad. They are never ever genuinely happy. They never ever apologize genuinely from the bottom of their heart. Their heart is so dark, and you can feel the energy of a covert narcissist right in front of you without any statement. You just feel their energy. That is one thing you need to know about a covert narcissist. They are very, very sweet from the start. They are really, really so sweet from the start. They are the best thing that will ever happen to you from the start. At that moment in your life, they are the best thing that will happen. If you're not a smart person, if you deal with a covert narcissist, you'll end up being lost in the process. That is one thing. They use their sweetness, the fact that they act like they're fools. People take advantage of them because of their nature. They're so vulnerable. You know, they're not even there. In fact, I'm not gonna say vulnerable, really, really soft. And then most of them tend to talk a certain way. Like they either have this soft voice, like a voice that they're not even capable of harming someone. That is one thing about a covert narcissist. They'll take advantage of you, they'll cry and always play the victim. So if you're dealing with them, if any of those traits is there, just know this. From day one, they will tell you they love you. From day one, even though you're just getting to meet them, they will love bomb you and making you feel like we're Romeo and they're Juliet. So before then, make sure you like this video if you're enjoying and if you're learning, and then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then I proceed, because I really want to know if you all are interested in this topic, because I really have so much to say on it. So my experience with a covert narcissist was crazy, because the very first time we started talking, he was like, he wants us to go on a date the next day. And one thing about a covert narcissist is this: they act like you know, they don't have anything in control. That is one thing about them. They act like they're so simple. At some point, even though you're a feminine woman, you'll find yourself taking charge in some certain things in the relationship, because they act weak. They act like they're not sensible, and you try to put them together. But the only thing they're good at making sure that they get you right in where they want you to be is at love bombing you. They'll tell you everything you need to hear. They'll tell you that you're the best thing that ever happened in their life. They'll tell you how much they love you. So this person told me about going on a date. the next day. And then during that time, you know, I tend to get single for a very, very long time. If I leave a relationship, it takes me like 2-3 years before I go for a new relationship. Okay, so I'm not the type of person that would be break up today and I use someone to heal. No, I'd rather heal myself than go into a relationship all in the sake of I'm trying to heal from the previous ones here and there. So I was single like for a very long time, I think 2 years plus or more, even if no more than that. So at that moment I was really ready for a relationship, and I went back on the dating site because most of my relationships are from the dating site. I don't know, the reason why I prefer the dating site is that way I can be able to ask you questions and we get to know each other more, to slow down things, you know, because if we meet one-on-one, we already like, we might have few conversation, and the next thing we just want to talk, blah blah blah. So that ends there. So when we got there was a first red flag, but I was trying to ignore it because this person was quite different from what I saw. You know, the food, we were waiting right there and he was expecting me to pick up the food by myself. I was expecting him to bring the food for me as it's supposed to be. So when he noticed that I didn't pick up the food, you know, he had to bring it by himself. So I was wondering, like, were you expecting me to take the food? For real? Are you for real? Because honey, I don't even know what that was, but I just let that slide. I let that slide. And then he started telling me about bad relationships and how he was being used, taken advantage of. He loves with all his heart, because he get obsessed and sweet. You know, we ladies, we love to hear that our man is that way and how sweet they can be when they're how much they can go. You know, we're way more captivated by what we hear, and that is where the problem is. Okay, so when I heard all of this, I was just like, oh, seems I found the right one. Because this guy was cute, he was good looking, you know, he was tall. What I like, them shoulders, them chest, them arms. And then so I was like, you know, I was feeling this guy until so we went home and that date ended. And the next thing, while we were I think he was trying to take me, work me down, because he didn't know I came with my car. I came with my own car. So I was trying to walk me down inside of it, and I was like, no, I came with my own car and stuff like that. So he was such a gentleman. He opened my car door for me and stuff like that, and he walked me inside of it. And then what else happened? I'm trying to remember, because this is a real story. This is a true story. So that happened, and we got home, and the next thing he called me and was like telling me how much he loves me, how much he wants us to have a future together. He wants me to be the mother of his daughter. You know, he said he want to have a daughter first. You know, I really like men that always want to have their baby girl first, because me, I always want to have a girl first. So he was saying all of that, and I was buying it. That was how crazy it was. It's a very, very long story, for real. So while I was buying it, he was like, he really wanted us to work out. At night, he kept on calling and said he just want to be sure that I really wouldn't stop talking to him after today. You know, he was playing a lot of things, and like, you know, he's been hurt so much. He doesn't. So at that moment, I should have known it was a very, very big red flag. But I was just like, this is he being human, because I tend to judge a lot. I'll be honest with you, I don't tolerate any little thing like this. I'm like, I'm out of here. I've been doing that for a very long time. So I was like, okay, I need to slow down, because I had a conversation with my brother one way or the other one time, and he was telling me that I need to slow down. And my problem is I tend not to give people a chance, but I'm like, I want to give you chances, and at the end of the day, I feel, you know, I get played and stuff like that. So that is just it. So I try my best to be really careful when it comes to all this relationship thing. So that happened, and then we stopped talking, and he said good night. We went to bed and stuff like that. So the next morning, he already called me, telling me how beautiful I am, how intelligent, how smart. I'm an intelligent woman. I'm a smart woman. If you come across me, you know that. But you know, he was just saying it, validating me and stuff like that. He would tell someone that, oh, look at this woman, you know, when we're on video call, he'll be like, she's very beautiful, right? Let me tell you something. I didn't buy all of that, but the reason why I bought that, because look at me. Like, let's be honest. If I'm in a relationship with any man, I look so damn pretty that you want to show me up. I don't blame him for that one, but I didn't know he being a covert narcissist. I learned what a covert narcissist is. from this man. And that is the reason why when I remember this, it'd be so damn crazy, because I'm like, whoa, these people are really dangerous. The earlier the better you'll get aware of a covert narcissist, safe for you. They're the worst. They are the worst. They are worse than the, malignant nurses. They make your life miserable. A malignant nurses. But one thing about malignant nurses is you see their shit coming. Okay, they'll always show themselves. It's very hard for them to pretend. The only thing they'll give you is the love bombing and the sacrifice. A malignant nurses will sacrifice for you. That's the only different thing that make them, but they will show you that I am a narcissist. It's written all over them. But the only thing about malignant is they're either your parent or your sibling. So all those things happen and you might just not take it seriously. So at the end of the day, I was just still stunned to speak. So later on, let me skip it because it's a very long story. From there, I went to his place. We eat, we had dinner and stuff like that. He was trying to be touchy. I wanted us to do some stuff, but I'm abstaining. Okay, I'm not a celibate, but I am abstaining totally. So if you know what abstaining and celibate is, you're not two the same thing. So fully abstaining. So we could not do nothing at that moment. And nothing still happened aside from some hugs and little stuff. So all the days we're just giving each other hugs, and that is how everything went. So the next thing I noticed about this guy was this. He would tell me he wants me to take his phone and operate it and stuff like. He asked me why don't I touch his phone? So you know where he's heading to, right? So he can be able to touch my phone. So he will tell me that he doesn't like the fact that I don't like touching his phone. Do I have a problem doing it? And I'm like, no, I don't. I just don't have nothing to do. He said, what about playing games? Then I was trying to, and I'm like, no, because man, the relationship is so new. It's more like you're invading my privacy. So ladies, watch out on a man that the first time he already wants to touch your phone and stuff like that, and he already want to know what is going on there, and then he wants you to take his phone. That means he has already cleared out the whole flaws there. These people are so desperate. A covert narcissist is really a desperate person in a relationship, and what they want to do is this. They always want to have a hold of you. Okay, and then the next thing I noticed was that he started telling me on what to wear and what not to wear. So if you've experienced a covert narcissist, they'll want to control you on what to wear, and I refuse. Let me tell you something. I'm this kind of girl. You can't tell me what to do. Okay, that is one thing about me. If you can't tell me what to wear or what I really need to look like, you can't change me. If you don't meet me that way, you meet me here. You see, I'm this hell of a pretty sexy girl, a girl that's business minded, that's so sweet and smart. So you can't change anything about me. And if you feel so intimidated by me or by my shine, we're gonna have a problem for real. Because I'm a very simple person. That is one thing. I'm a girl that stands by my word, and my deal breaking is cheating. Don't cheat. And no violence. No violence. So that was how everything happened. And then let us keep to the good side. Let's just keep away from that. So here is where the red flag came in. It's time for me to go. Let me tell you one thing about covert nurses. They don't get over anything, because one, they don't see you as a lover deep down. They see you as a supply. They see you as someone that gives them confidence. Their life is miserable. This man was literally telling me that he wants to come to my place, knowing fully well at that moment I stay with my family and stuff like that. He wants to sleep there. A lot is happening. Then at that moment, did you know that he broke up 2 months ago? 2 months ago, and he was already trying to move in with me, like in a relationship, like 2 months. He was even telling me that he wants us to move in together and start living together. When are we going to get married? If not for the fact that I'm a woman with a mind of my own, by now I would have been in fact I would have been broken. But the thing about me is I'm a Capricorn. We are very cold-hearted. This is a star sign thing, honey. We are so cold-hearted. We have a mind of our own, and you can tell me what to do. I come like I'm foolish. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing 100%. You can't outsmart me. You can't. So you see what I'm saying? How tough I could be. I'm a tough girl. So tough and sweet. So that happened, and he started telling me about all these things. So here's where the problem comes. He told me about what is my experience with my ex relationship, and I told him, well, an ex stays an ex, but anyway, this is a little thing. What causes to break up is just a mutual agreement that okay, fine, we don't want to do this. And then he started talking about his ex-girlfriend. Then suddenly I observed something that he has never ever gotten over that lady. So he was trying to use me as a rebound. If you all know what a rebound is, when you're out of a relationship, you're trying to use another person to heal from your relationship. So along the line, I don't understand, he was so greedy, like he don't even want to let go. I tried to make sure him and his ex-girlfriend settled this amicably, like whatever is going on between them, I tried to make sure they settle. But trust me, he let us start calling me. He want to keep his ex-girlfriend. He wants to keep me too. And then I stopped calling. I now blocked him. So his ex-girlfriend later called me, because I was the first person to call his ex-girlfriend, telling her that she should please let them go back together, because our relationship was like we were just normal friends at the end of the day. Because I can date someone like that. That's for real. So his ex-girlfriend was like telling me that she feels like he kind of likes me and he's into me and stuff like that. I'm like, listen, this guy needs to heal from you. So it was Confucianist. I didn't know that that is a covert narcissist being a covert narcissist. They want supplies everywhere. So while he's trying to get supply from his ex-girlfriend, he's trying to get supply from me too. Then this guy started crying and threatening that if I leave him, he's gonna do this and blah blah. You know, those type of crazy ass threats. They do it a lot. So when he started crying and stuff like that, I was just tired. I was so tired. Like my mom had to step in and was like, stay away from my daughter, leave her alone. You know, it was somehow a family thing. Everybody started talking. Wow, this experience was really crazy. Like I don't even want to witness it anymore in my life again. You know, it was now at that moment, every time he's always everywhere with different phone numbers. If I block him, he's using different phone numbers and stuff like that. So here is the last thing that happened. Was the last time we ever met each other was when I came to his place one day, and then we're having a conversation, and he was telling me that he don't think I even love him or stuff like that. And then you know, so at the end of the day, we kept on having an agreement. Like he's this type of a person. He wanted to piss me off and he wanted me to get angry. Then at the end of the day, he loved on me, apologized, and he think that I'm gonna put up with that. That's not sure. So that was how myself and him, I stopped talking to him. He tried to reach out to me one day, but I did not. You know, he kept on reaching out even till now, using different numbers. But man, I'm sure with that face. So here is my advice for you dealing with a covert narcissist: is always be careful. Know when to leave. Do the no contact thing for your own good. That way you'll be safe from there. Because trust me, they can ruin you and make you not to trust any good person. Because you might be with a good man and you don't trust because of that kind of thing that they showed you. Because trust me, I actually thought this guy was the perfect thing I ever met. Very, 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 like, I thought he was very, very perfect. So that's one thing about them. They will love bomb you. They will gaslight you. When they will make you question your reality, and you'll be wondering, is this thing real? Did this really, really happen? You know, you start questioning yourself on some certain things. So just slow down. So this is what happened. As soon as I break up, this is how I healed from it. I was dreaming about this person, seeing this person ups and down in my sleep and stuff like that, because this person really got into me, like stuff like that. But I refused to not contact, because when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. I don't care. Like I said this strictly, I'm done with you. So after everything happened, you know, I had to heal from it, because I had to heal. It wasn't easy. I used Bible. What God saved me, because I healed with the Bible, my Bible verse, and then I was trying to get everything of this person out of my memory and stuff like that, because it wasn't really easy for me. Because, you know, by the end of the day, I healed, child. That's all I'm gonna say. So I healed, and this is what happened. So my advice to you dealing with it: keep going the no contact. I know you're a victim, because I was a victim of a covert narcissist. I'm not even going to be ashamed to say so. Okay, I'm just telling my truth and telling my story. So if I don't tell my truth or tell my story, then how are you all going to learn? That's just it. Okay, so know when to walk away. They will never change. That's the biggest question that you all ask. Are they ever going to change? No, they will never change. Even though they love bomb you for a while, just give them a little time. They'll fall back to who they truly are. They just want to have you to supply them, to make them happy. They're unhappy. There are people that are empty inside of them. Okay, and that is one thing. And then they start devaluing you, and the moment they start devaluing you, don't allow that happen. Okay, so this guy attempted doing that, but me, I have a whole lot of, my confidence is way too much for anybody to devalue me. Okay, I was loved at home, loved outside, and I'm loved. So you can't even do it. You can't. That's when they say you can't. I'm that kind of girl that'll tell you can't. So young girls, the elderly ones, whoever want to learn from Jennifer Billions. guys. So if you really like my video, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye. I love you. Sorry, my nails.